Welcome back, peeps. My name is Chad Wilson from Simple Cloudware, and today we're going to get into one of the fundamental elements of creating an application, which is verifying a login. Keep your head in the cloud. Why is verification so absolutely essential? Well, it gives us the ability to create a login and password, which is a foundational piece when it comes to application development. Let's continue. Okay, let's begin. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to copy and paste our get auth test as the foundation for creating our verify login endpoint. And so let's just start with changing out the endpoint name and route, and then the actual call, trying hard to keep it the same kind of magic string pattern. Let's delete out some of this extra stuff and add in our token and our login and password strings that we're going to pass on the URL. And then let's start by adding this as part of our token parameter. Let's get this extra stuff out of here. And let's, on this one, start to do some validation to make sure that what we actually capture is being passed in. So we're just going to do a null or empty check on each one of these parameters, and then kick back a bad response if they are if they're not here or weren't passed in. So we're just going to construct this bad request, and we're going to make it an object. And in the future, we're going to add more complexity to this logging and better error messages. But right now, let's just kind of lay the foundation for that work. This will help us too as we're troubleshooting if for some reason the URL that we're creating gets damaged or misspelled or whatnot. This will kind of help us troubleshoot. So now that we have this first one constructed, we're going to just replicate it another 2 times, grabbing our string name, carefully replacing it in here. Let's just make this a capital T just for niceties. And let's do this with the password. Cool. And we're going to get in to validation in a later episode as we continue to build out this project. So now we're just creating our key value pairs to represent these additional parameters we're passing in. So let's just carefully build these key value pairs. And remember, when you're doing the cut and paste, be extra careful about the naming conventions so that you don't mess it up, because it won't show you a code error with all these magic strings. Okay, so that looks good. Next thing we want to do is make sure that we are serializing, deserializing into the appropriate model. It's another classic issue that I sabotage myself with. Let's set our endpoint here, our breakpoint rather, and let's give this a shot to see if we've successfully configured it. Creating these endpoints and functionality is speeding up as we go because we have our underlying foundation that we've created in our previous videos to help support faster development. Great, so we're going through getting our token. And here we are creating our parameters with that breakout method. And we're gonna make a response. Let's check it. Okay, good. So we've got connectivity, and we've just returned ourselves our token. Now we can use this to construct a second URL, and I think we'll just do it in the browser today instead of popping out to Postman. So let's just grab this URL and construct these, or construct this particular endpoint. So of course we've got the question and then the ampersands to append our information as key value pairs in the URL. And then we're going to use this verify login, which is an account that I set up in the prior video. And this step-by-step is building out everything you would need to create your application. Cool. And then let's grab our token. And this is just a quick way to test our functionality. So good, we were able to make it in to our endpoint. We got both things passed in, so we should be able to pass through our bad request checks and create our list of key value pairs. And I always go through and check specifically just to make sure that I didn't mess anything up in the cut and paste by not switching all the strings. And let's send this here and check. Great, so we have our account model being passed with the account ID, and this is what we would use to verify a successful login. So now that we have a successful login locally, what we're going to do is publish this out to our Lambda function. So we're just going to choose the stack and push publish, and now we have this new functionality going out to cloud formation. So we just have to wait for it to update. So it kind of zips it up, puts it in S3, and then moves it into CloudFormation. So we can bring this over here and then construct the URL just the same way as we did locally and verify that we have this functionality also as part of our Lambda function called directly from AWS. Okay, so we've got our token coming back. That's good news. And now let's construct this second URL with our verify login. And then we're going to use our verify email address that we created. So verify login email at simplecloudware.com, and then our generic password, and then our token, which we can cut and paste from our other tab. Make sure that you don't get an extra quote in there. It's happened to me. Great, so now we've made that call, and we are returning our model, which gives us the information that verifies our login. Congratulations, peeps! We now have an endpoint that we can use to create login. This is a foundational piece to any piece of software. Hit that subscribe and notification bell to join the community, and click like so other people just like you can find this video. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please write them below, and remember, keep your head in the cloud.